This is Daryl Smith. These are my weekly marketing tips. Today we're going to talk about what is a target market. A lot of times you hear that you need to be able to identify your target market to be able to effectively do business. And so we're going to talk about what's a target market today. I'm going to give you a definition, and then I'm going to give you three tips that you can use to easily identify your target market. Like I said, we're going to talk about what is a target market. And so we're going to start off by talking about a definition of what a target market is. This is a simple definition that you're going to be able to use in order to identify your target market. And a target market is important because not everyone wants, needs, or can afford to use your product or your service. And so you have to narrow it down. Who's your target market? And it's going to help you to focus your marketing efforts and your content on those people who are likely to purchase from you. So this is going to prevent you from wasting your time, your effort, and in cases that you're paying for advertising, this is also going to stop you from wasting your advertising budget. So in order to figure out just who your target market is, I'm going to give you a quick definition, like I said, and then I'm going to give you 3 tips that you can use to identify your market. So a simple definition is that a target market is a group of people with a known problem looking for a solution. And they have money to spend on that solution. And that's important that they have money to spend because customers is what we're looking for. So the main thing is that your target market has a problem that your company has a solution for. And your target market has to be aware that they have the problem. So they are actively seeking a solution for it, and they can afford the most expensive product or service that you have. And I think that's important. When I did some research on this, I looked at this as an interesting aspect, that they're able to afford your most expensive product or service. So basically, a product that you have a solution for, and a problem that they have is basically a need, a desire, or a want that your target market have. Now, consumers who make up your target market, they're going to be able to they're going to be sharing similar characteristics, including geography, buying power, demographics, and income. And so now that you have a definition, I'm going to give you 3 tips that you can use to easily identify your target market. Tip number 1. First of all, give an educational guess based on your product or service. If it's a product or service, who do you think it's best for? When you actually got into this business, who did you envision that the business was going to be for? Who do you envision that's needing your product? Who best can use it? If it's a business opportunity and you're looking to partner with people, who's the person that you actually want to work with? Basically, who do you think the typical user of the products and services you provide are going to be? Who is a typical buyer? What type of income do they need to have to be able to afford your product, service, or opportunity? What type of needs or wants does a person have in order to be interested in your product or service? Write down those questions and brainstorm the people who fit into those categories. Tip 2, trial and error is also a good indicator of who your target market is. So what I mean by that is basically make an educated guess in the first tip, and then what you do is you actually approach those different people that you've identified as groups. What you do is you do some market research. You market to that group, post some type of content that's directly focused to that particular group that you think might be interested in your product or service, and see how it works out. This way you'll be able to see if that group you thought would be a good customers really are suited for your product or service. Are they turning out to be the type of customer that you want to work with? And you'll know after several types tries to engage with that particular group of people. And so you can be able to narrow down who your target market is by actually giving it some trial and error. Tip number 3 is simply to borrow. And what I mean by that is that do your research on businesses that are similar to yours. Search their social media posts and see who's engaging with them, like on Facebook, their Twitter, their Instagram. You can check out their customer ranking sites like Yelp and Google Local to see who is leaving reviews and what type of feedback are they actually giving. Look at websites that they have and see who is commenting on their blog posts. Also check their testimonials and see what group is actually leaving testimonials. So that's just to recap. In order to identify your target market, the first thing you want to do is you basically want to give an educated guess and see who could probably fit into the category of people who can use your product, service, or sign up for your opportunity. The second thing is you want to actually do trial and error, and you want to maybe market to that particular group or post some content to that particular group and see what their reaction is. See who actually gives you some feedback. And last but not least, you want to actually borrow. You want to look at some successful businesses who are in the same business as you. Look at their website. See who's responding to their ads and their engagement, leaving comments, leaving content, who's also commenting on their social media, leaving them feedback. And again, you want to look at feedback sites, testimonial sites like Google, Local, and Yelp, and see who's engaging with them. My name's Daryl Smith. Hope these 3 tips were useful. Identify your target market because it's definitely going to save you time and effort. And so what I want you to do is actually like this video. I want you to hit the subscription button so that you'll be notified every time that I come on and do these weekly marketing tips. Thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.